Hello friends and welcome to the official guide to Super Auto Pets terminology and nicknames. A video that I really wanted to make because this game has existed for over 4 years. There's over 500 pets, and what happens to games that have a long life like this? The community develop their own names and nicknames for stuff, and I thought why not try to bring it all into one video. So for new players, this will explain some of the words that you're starting to hear as you get into the community. And for older players, maybe I can add a couple of words to your vocab, you know, enhance the community's vernacular, if it were. So actually, I've got 24 here broken down into 4 categories. I realized as I was making this that I could have made this over 100 nicknames and an hour-long video, but I thought I'd just focus on the main categories. And as we do it, there's some nice ranked gameplay in the background. So let's get going. The first 5, I'm just going to smash out. These first 5 are like warm-ups. And they go as follows. Number 1, the Wolverine is the Wolvie. And this is barely a nickname, but it just goes to show you that SAT players will shorten a lot of things. No one will ever say, take that Wolverine. It's always Wolvie. If someone says Wolverine, it's like, you know, the scene from Inglourious Bastards. It's like a dead giveaway. Like, you're not one of us. It's Wolvie. Number 2, when Unicorn Pack dropped, there was a tier 1 whose name was ? And instantly everyone gravitated towards Bush or George W, and that's remained to this day. Number 3, let's go through these first 5 fairly quick. Number 3, the Golden Retriever from Golden Pack will always be the doggo. No one will say, try to build a big Golden Retriever. You get the idea, right? Number 4, Blue Ring Octopus, also Golden Pack, will forever be bro. And there are a lot of more, I could have given 30 examples like this where people just shorten the name, but I'm just giving you the idea. And number 5, this one's actually quite funny. The Mushroom perk is very often called the 1-up, and I believe it was Suboptimal's influence in the early days of SAP where he would call a mushroom a 1-up, and now it's just entered the regular vernacular of the community. Okay, good. First 5 done. You get the idea, right? By the way, the last 10 are all my own suggestions or new ones, but we're building up to it. Number 6. So number 6 to 11, these are all lines where a collection of pets get given a title, and everyone instantly knows what you're talking about. So the classic is whale, snake, tiger, fly in Turtle Pack, and this is of course Exodia. So from my understanding, every game like this has its own Exodia, of course stemming from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Exodia line, the idea being once you get these pets, you win the game. And even though the whale... You son of a gun! Where's my camera? Where's my camera? I'm back. Even though that actually isn't the strongest line anymore, it will forever be Exodia in the Super Auto Pet community's heart. Number 7. Also in Turtle Pack from Exodia came Hogzodia, which is the Hedgehog Wolvie line. I'm not going to explain it too much, but yeah, that's Hogzodia. 8, the Ostrich and the Hamster and the Roll line. This is the Fred Durst. Keep on rolling, baby. Put your hands up. You can also call it the Lip Biscuit, and people will understand. Number 9. Number 9 is barely a nickname, but I had to include it. No one will ever say, "Oh, he's running Elephant Blowfish." It will always be Ellie Blow. Number 10, Crane and Manatee, some tech you can use in Golden Pack. That is, of course, the Cranity. And then in Star Pack, the Orangutan, Saber, Clownfish, Trike line. You'll often just hear this called the Orange Guy or Orange Guy Theory. Yeah, so again, there are more collections, and I'm going to suggest a couple of names later for like collections of pets, but there we go. The next 3, before I get to my own suggestions, I love in games when a certain pet or a certain thing becomes associated with a certain player. So most of these are from the competitive scene, arena players. You may not have heard this, but the Hedgehog, this is number 12. The Hedgehog is just associated with M-Gods. So if you say take M-Gods, everyone knows you're talking about the Hedgehog. That's like his signature pet. 13, the Grizzly Bear from Golden Pack. You can just call this John, short for John Bear or John Bear. And number 14, if you see a vulture, you just say take Rev GT. That's what I've become associated with, for better or for worse. Okay, we're 5 minutes in. You get the idea. I hope I'm adding some nice words that you can use. Now it's my suggestions. Strap in. Tell me what you think in the comments or add your own. I love when people suggest good nicknames. Number 5. Danger Pack has a tier 2 called the Taita Shrew. I'm proposing we call this William. Or I like Shakespeare, but you can also call it William. Of course, based on William Shakespeare's play The Taming of the Shrew. I think this has huge potential. Like, oh god, he's got level 2 William. I think it's good. 16. I've already started using this next one. For Sparrow from Star Pack, it's Captain Jack. Captain Jack Sparrow. It's easy, but be careful for your usage with this one, because I was recording a members only video and I said, I was looking for a Sparrow, I said, Captain Jack me. At which point I realized, Rev, you gotta be careful with your usage. So learn from my mistakes, my sweet viewers. Don't know why I said that last bit. 17. I think this one might be divisive. But the Sea Serpent line, Sea Serpent at the front, you feed it a bunch of mana and then it goes psh, 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 and snipes the whole enemy team. What about we call the Sea Serpent line Mana Mana Bang Bang? Like, imagine you're watching a streamer or a YouTuber. They're getting into the late game against Unicorn Pack and then they go, oh no, Mana Mana Bang Bang. I think it's good. 18. The Weasel. This one's simple. Ron. Or actually, I googled this. Ron Weasley's full name is Ronald. So you can call the Weasel Ron or Ronald. 19. The Salamander is Mustang Sally. Mustang Sally. Mustang Sally. You know, do better. No. Yep, so that's easy. Like, oh, I've rolled double Mustang. Bang. This next one I have to give some context. I love this one. There was a competitive player called Philip with Style who was once streaming a best of 7 set, and he had an experience that all SAT players have at some point, where you will feel like, did I mess that up? No, I'm the best. Sorry, I was just saying the thing. So Philip with Style is having a set. His opponent is hitting hard, or maybe leaning into high rolling a bit. And Philip's reaching a point of just total frustration. And he's hit that point where no matter what the opponent gets that is slightly good, Philip's just gonna lose his mind about. And so then it comes to turn 9, he sees the opponent's team, and his opponent has leveled up into a boar. And Philip goes, he's got boar with 3 lives! And so I want this to be called the high roll. Not a high roll, but if you see your opponent hit boar on turn 9 with 3 lives, this is the high roll. Shout out, Philip. Very funny. The next 2 are proposed nicknames for players in the scene. 21, the fur-bearing trout should be called the Flame 96. Why? Because the fur-bearing trout was Flame's nickname in high school. And 22, from Puppy Pack, Goat. Can we just call it Kyogre? Like, he's sort of associated with whale, but then other players like Freet's also associated with whale. Just, if you see Goat, just call it Kyogre. That's like a lifetime achievement award. Pay respect to the Goat. Oh my god, we're almost done. 2 more. These last 2 I'm not sure about, but let's see how they go. 23, the Hawk. Can we call it Stephen? Like Stephen Hawking? And if you bring a hawk in and it snipes the opponent's unit at the start of battle, you go, sit down! Steven! You know? Just gonna fast forward a bit. I think I was in the queue for a bit here. Alright, there we go. And 24. I googled the pronunciation of this. New Danger Pack unit, the Araripi Mannequin. It's Mannequin Skywalker. I don't like sand. Wait, is Anakin the... Yeah, Anakin's the guy. Yep, we're done. I didn't write down a way to close off. I guess I'll close off by saying thanks for watching. I could easily do a part 2 or part 3 of this. There's many nicknames left on the table. But again, let me know down below which ones do you like, which ones don't you like. Is the Stephen Hawking bit not good? And I'm sure you have some of your own, so share them down below. Nice to have a video again and see you all. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.